Welcome back, everybody. I'm Mish.
I'm Bree, and this is Chat MBTea, where we talk about life and shoot the shit.
Woohoo! Happy 4th of July already passed, so
Happy belated 4th.
happy belated 4th. What's been going on?
Nothing.
What do you mean nothing? We went on our whole ass bachelorette trip.
I was giving you time to talk about it. It's your bachelorette.
Okay, well, let me talk about it then.
Go ahead.
It was so freaking awesome, you guys. I don't know if anybody knows, all 5 listeners. But I know 2 of you know that I had no idea where we were going or what we were doing. The entire thing was a surprise. I only knew the dates and I knew the themes of each day and like what to bring, but everything else was a total surprise. So let me tell you about it because it was so exciting. So we went to the Hamptons, North Fork, not South
Nofo.
Spoon.
Nofo.
Nofo.
Cesspools.
We stayed at a really, really cute Airbnb. I really liked it.
The very interesting host.
Very interesting host, yes. But it was so cute. We went to 2 wineries.
The first day.
The first day, yes, I went to 2. And then I came to the Airbnb and everything was so decorated with the overarching theme of Last Toast on the Coast, which was so fitting.
It was.
It was so nice. Everything was decorated beautifully.
Thank you.
You and Alice did an amazing job. And then we went to dinner. And
To, I think, my favorite restaurant of the entire
yeah.
trip. I know that you guys liked the second dinner better.
like we
the
liked the
experience.
experience better.
But dinner the first night was
Yeah.
just unreal.
It was top tier for sure. And it was totally accidental.
Well, it was. I'm so glad it worked out that
Yeah.
way.
It was so nice. And then day 2, we went to the beach club, which was so nice. I wore like a really cute seashells outfit. And we passed, why can't I speak today? We passed the lavender field on the way that I was like, I must go. So we hit that on the way back and it was so much fun.
It was adorable.
We
It was
stocked up on a bunch of goodies.
Me and that lotion are in a very serious relationship at the moment.
I love that for you.
I need to see if they have a website so I can order more when I'm done.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. It was so much fun. And then we came back, got ready. My other friend Perry joined us that night and we went to dinner. That was the experience dinner. It was
an experience.
It was an experience. It was very elevated, I'd say. There was a wine sommelier.
Yes, she was awesome.
She was awesome. Our server was awesome.
Yes. She walks over. Does anyone watch Love Island?
Yes. The only person at the table that was like, yes, tell me everything. And then I actually wasn't caught up at that time because my fiance and I watched it together and we agreed that for both of our bachelor and bachelorette trips, we were not watching it without each other. So she's like, okay, I'm not going to tell you anything. And I was like, bitch, no, tell me everything. She's like, no, I can't. She walked away and I was like, fine. But yeah, it was really nice. And then we went to a little bar. Was that down the street or we Ubered or taxied?
I think we
taxied.
Yeah. And then we like walked, but he didn't like drop us off like right in front. I think we did. No.
No. That was after.
That was the other. Yes. After we had to walk, but he did drop us off right in front.
Yeah, we got like catcalled and like had some weird shit said to us.
They were like, the police are looking for the disco and it's here. I was like, did that even make sense?
It didn't make sense. It made no sense, but
it was a little sketchy.
Well, it was a little sketchy, that walk. The bar was fine. The bar was fun. And then, yeah, the walk to the other bar that we decided not to go to. Oh, because the taxi couldn't pick us up until 3 a.m. and we were like, respectfully.
That driver
that
was something.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my. The things coming out of this man's mouth.
I feel like all of our drivers, except for Mike.
Mike was cool.
Mike was normal. Mike was super chill.
I mean, except for the part where he like kind of went on for like a solid 20 minutes about his uncle.
No, that's not Mike.
That wasn't Mike?
Mike was the wine guy.
Mike was normal.
Mike was normal.
Mike was the only normal.
Yeah. No, the other one, not normal.
I don't think that, yeah.
And then the Uber that you called, where he was like, how much longer do I have to wait?
Oh, this man, when I tell you, he got there like 7 minutes early, okay? We were still waiting because someone was running around getting everything together, which was fine. He was early. I'm convinced he sat there with his finger on the button to like notify me that he was here. I was at a point where I was like, I'm going to throw my phone. Like, I'm done. Notify me one more damn time.
Yeah. That was super fun.
And then we saw that same man.
We did. Yeah. On the last night.
Yeah. The last driver wasn't abnormal. He was like normal-ish. Just a little weird about the uncle, but like, you know, it's okay.
It's okay.
It is what it is.
It's okay. And then the quote-unquote 5-minute drive turned out to be like 20 minutes. And I was like, Perry, your time orientation is just not accurate.
No.
We did Pilates too.
Yes, with a very judgmental Pilates instructor.
Yeah. A little passive aggressive, I'd say.
When I tell you that every time, and she asked, it wasn't like we were like giving up information for no good reason. Like she was like, oh, you know, what are you doing with this? And blah, blah, blah. And then she'd go, oh.
Yeah.
I was like,
we like walked in. She immediately had the eyes of like, the fuck? I was like, yeah. Anyway, overall, 10 out of 10. Do recommend.
But honestly, like all of it made for a good story. Like nothing like bad happened. It's just like looking back, it's like, damn, that was wild.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
No, it was so much fun.
It was good. It was good. It was a great time. I'm very happy.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm so glad.
It was so nice. So, yeah. Anything else new with you?
No.
Okay.
Don't give me that face.
I went for my first dress fitting.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. We're less than 2 months out from the wedding, people. Crunch time. It's put up or shut up. Yeah.
Not like anything that like I'm doing currently, but I think I might go get a laser facial. Just something I've thought about.
What? A laser facial? What's a laser facial?
It's like it's not like a laser hair removal, but it's supposed to help with like skin texture and like acne scars.
Yeah.
Because me and my face are not friends at the moment, and I'm really kind of tired of it. So might be going to do that.
Have fun with that.
Yeah,
it's a little painful.
That's okay. It can't be worse than lasering the lower part of my legs. Because when I tell you, I would rather get my neck tattooed.
Yeah.
For anyone listening, listen, I recommend laser hair removal, up, down, left, and right. It is the best thing that I ever did in my entire life.
Except be friends with me.
Of course.
Continue.
Of course. Very, very happy I did it. Love the results. I decided to do my lower legs just to like not have to like deal with them as much. The pain of it is unlike anything I have ever in my life felt. I have a very high pain tolerance. I have my ribs tattooed. I have my sternum tattooed. I sat through both of them fine. I almost kicked the woman in the face. So painful. As long as it can't be worse than that.
I don't think that it is.
I don't think so either. I think I'll be all right.
Yeah.
But like I need to like do some research because I found a place in Hoboken that does laser facials. Like I want to call around and like find out. But I need to do something because right now I'm not happy. You know?
Yeah. You should. I'm going to give you the number to my lady.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Because I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired of dealing with it.
Okay.
But yeah. In other news, it's still about my face. So if you're not interested in my face, you can kind of skip over this part. Like, it's not really that exciting. I went back to the dermatologist and I was like, hey, you know, it's summer and you prescribe me something that's photosensitive. Can you prescribe me something that's not photosensitive? And she said, no.
Oh.
They're all photosensitive. And I was like, oh. She goes, so just like, take a break if you're going on vacation. I was like, not going on vacation, but I live in the sun in the summer because I need to look not like a sickly Victorian child.
Totally.
That's pale.
Yeah.
And withering away.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So
you don't seem very excited about my update, so we're gonna end thought and move on.
I was, honestly, I was thinking about that time that I was on doxycycline and went into the sun in Miami and without sunscreen. Not fun.
No,
so I was just reminiscing on that.
Yeah,
although the way that my face peeled after that, so not only did I blow up like a goddamn puffer fish, you guys, I looked like a hammerhead shark. I didn't look like myself. It was the worst thing that ever happened to me. Well, that's a little bit of a stretch, but it was really bad. I was so nervous that I was never going to look like myself again, and I was stuck like that forever. And I was in Miami with my fiance, and my dad FaceTimed me to see what I looked like, and he promised not to laugh, and then he answered the call and immediately started laughing as I was crying. So that was super fun. And then my skin peeled. I didn't go to work for like a week because I couldn't be seen in society at all. And my face peeled and my skin was like a baby's ass after that.
Really?
Yes.
That honestly kind of sounds kind of nice. Just remove that like first like 3 layers.
Yeah.
And be like, new skin. Like a baby's bottom.
No, that's really what it felt like. And honestly, it was kind of worth it.
Was it though?
It kind of was. In the end, it was worth it.
Yeah. I mean, I need to do something. I've never had like an issue with my face.
Yeah.
Up until recently. And I don't really know how to handle it.
Mm-hmm.
So we just cry every once in a while. But, like,
it's so interesting that we had different experiences going off of birth control.
Yeah.
Like very different.
But I mean, like I was kind of expecting something.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I say that is like she kind of told me that I can't go off of birth control and I just did it anyway.
Mine said the same thing.
Yeah.
But I had a completely, like, my acne cleared within the first 3 days of not taking it.
Right. But my gyno really thought that I was like, I had PCOS.
Mm-hmm.
And like even though my doctor tested me for like the actual things,
mm-hmm.
like the blood test, and she said that I don't. I need to like go to like my gyno and have her check. Excuse me, because one of the big things with PCOS is like your face flares, like overgrowth of hair, irregular periods, all the fun things,
mm-hmm.
which
mm-hmm.
it tracks.
Yeah.
But I will say for the first like couple of months, it's been great. The only thing that I have to say is my face.
Yeah.
But reading up on it, a lot of people that do go off of it say that they like hit a second puberty,
mm-hmm.
and this happened.
Okay.
So it's not uncommon,
mm-hmm.
but I did find a pill. I think I sent it to you. It's like a supplement, and it's like a birth control cleanse. It's for like when you go off of it, and it's supposed to help with like your face, all of it. So okay. I think I might do that as well and see.
Okay.
All the woo-woos.
All the woo-woos.
All the woo-woos.
Witching hour over here.
I don't collect rocks though.
No, not yet. There's still time.
No
potions. No cursing
potions.
people.
I will say I do like a good sage, but like other than that, that's about the extent of my woo woo.
Okay, so just woo.
Just the ooh. I don't think you get the ooh. It's just the ooh ooh. Speaking of woo woo.
Wow, what a what's the word I'm looking for?
Coinky dink.
No.
Oh.
Segue.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about Mercury and Gatorade.
Oh, how people gotta stop blaming Mercury
on Gatorade. Yeah.
It's them.
It's them. It's not Mercury.
It's not.
It's you. Let's get it together. And let's get it together.
Let's do it.
Let's.
So, like, don't get me wrong. Listen, we've all been there, especially as a girl. We have all sat there and been like, my, astrological sign, my, what is that? I don't even know the word. The thing
horoscope?
that tells, yeah, my horoscope said this, and what am I going to do?
Do you check your horoscope?
I think once in a blue moon, like every occasion. Okay, we're going to backtrack. No, I don't go out of my way to check my horoscope, but I do have a pretty frequent thing on my Instagram where it's like your horoscope for the week. And I sit there and I read it. Like I do.
Okay. You own it.
I do.
Okay.
There's also a lot of witches on my Instagram that are like, if this is popping up on your page, it's meant for you. And then I like sit there and I watch them because I have nothing better to do.
You do realize that it's not actually.
I know it's not for me. And 9 out of 10 times I'm like, this is bullshit. But then there's that one time where I'm like, you know what? I could believe in something happy occurring. But if I don't like it, I'm like, it's all bullshit.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Okay. So, we've all read our horoscope once or twice and been like, except apparently Mish, because I see her shaking her head out of the corner of my eye. No. But it's not the planet's fault. It's really not.
No.
Why would we talk about this? Just out of curiosity.
Obviously, because we're experts. And
that's a big word.
Yes.
That's a very big word.
We are experts in accountability.
I'm so glad you didn't say in fucking Mercury, because we ain't experts in that.
But we are experts in taking accountability and not blaming shit on the fucking planet.
Yes. Yeah.
That's why we're talking about this today.
So what is Mercury in retrograde?
That's a great question. I have no idea.
It's in the notes.
Is it?
There's like several points, and every point that I've asked you, you never looked down, and I was like, oh, she's just freeballing it. It's okay.
I see it now. Okay. Snort.
We're doing great today.
Okay, let me backtrack then. What you asked why we wanted to do this episode. And apparently it's not because we're experts. It's because Mercury, who has told us, he came down. They called, so they sent an email and said
they're the only ones.
Yes, that he's tired of taking the fall. And so are we.
We are.
So to answer your next question, short and sweet. Okay. Mercury in retrograde means the planet appears to move backwards in the sky due to its orbit. Astrologically, it's blamed for communication issues, tech glitches, travel delays, and X's reappearing like bad sequels.
So, chaos but celestial.
Yes. I'm not gonna lie, that's a lot to put on a planet.
That is a lot, especially for the fact that it's not actually moving backwards, it just appears to move backwards. Yeah. And why is that change anything if it's backwards, forwards, sideways?
I don't know. Like, why are there travel delays?
I don't know.
Like, why is there traffic? Because Mercury is appearing to move backwards.
I have many questions, actually.
I do too.
Okay, so like apparently like there's like a birth chart. Like it's not just like you don't just have a sign, right?
Yeah.
Like I know my zodiac sign.
Sagittarius.
And you're an Aries.
Yes.
A soulmate in every life.
Right.
But
correct.
Like there's like you have like moon rising, sun rising, the sky falling. There's like 18 million fucking signs that are associated with us.
I don't know those.
I don't either.
Okay.
Do they mean something different than your regular is it not enough?
I don't know.
It's too many things. How am I supposed to keep track of all of this?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I just, short and sweet, don't blame it on shit. Just fucking what's going on in your life is probably
a you problem.
A you problem.
All right. So What are some of the symptoms of blame it on the stars syndrome? What are people doing? What are they saying?
Okay, this goes back to accountability. Accountability. If you watch Love Island, I'm channeling my Amaya Papaya. You wouldn't
gibberish. Have not a clue what's happening right now.
Anyway, my biggest qualm with the whole Mercury Mercury in retrograde in Gatorade is that people will be like, oh, I'm just like this because when Mercury is falling from the sky.
Fucking what?
Like, okay, similarly, when we have our period, right?
Right.
But it's like, okay, I have my period. I'm a little bit of a bitch right now. My bad. I'll get over it.
But that's like an actual thing.
That is an actual thing. There's scientific studies. Are there scientific studies about Mercury falling or moving backwards?
No.
And how that affects like your ex reaching back out to you? I don't get it.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But like when you're on your period, like your hormones are out of whack, like that's like an actual thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like tried and true.
Yes.
Why?
I don't know.
I really can't stand when they're like, ugh. And they all have the same voice. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm really just like grouping people together today. And like, I'm not that person, but like, I'm going to be that person right now because they all sound like this. You know who I'm talking about. All right. They're like, oh my God. Just Mercury's in retrograde right now. And my life's just like falling apart. And I'm like, disgusting. Why? What do you mean? What the fuck do you mean? If I turned around just think about this. If I looked at my mother and I was like, Ma, she's like, you're freaking out. What's going on? I'm like, Mercury's in retrograde. She'd be like, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Why? Who is Mercury and what does Gatorade have to do with anything?
Yes.
I think she'd hit me.
Probably. Yeah.
Your mom would be like, I think you need a nap and some tea.
Yeah. She'd be like, are you okay? Do you have a fever? Yeah. She'd touch my forehead, do a little, are you feeling okay?
Ugh. Why? I think it's a generational issue because the boomers, as much as the boomers are booming, and even like, I think it's Gen X, could never. They've never in their life blamed anything on the stars. And don't get me wrong, we have to sit through all of their stories of like, I fucking trudged my way to school through like mud and 8 feet of snow and like fought off fucking werewolves and those stories. Never in my life have I heard one of them say the stars are falling and that's why my life's falling apart.
Yeah, that's so true. It's a great point. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why we're talking about this because I don't know jack shit about it. All I know is that it's annoying and it's got to stop.
So let's explain why it's them. Why is it you? We're going to respectfully call you out today. So if you feel like you're being called out and you're like, I don't really know how I feel about this, you probably need to hear it. So don't click away quite yet.
Respectfully.
Right. We're gonna tell you some things that you should probably think about.
Go ahead.
It was perfect. It was literally silence. The ice. I was waiting for the long gulp.
The ASMR was so real. I don't know if editing's going to cut that out, but it was so good.
All right.
I'm sitting with my tea. I'm listening.
Literally. Number 1. Poor communication has nothing to do with ships and planets.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Say what you have to say with your damn chest.
Say it with your chest. Chest.
Okay? Listen, I am probably one of the most awkward people there is. True. I overthink fucking everything.
True.
And I will replay a conversation before it even happens in my head 15 million times.
True.
I still say it with my damn chest.
True. All of the above.
So if you're gonna sit here and tell me that you can't say your piece or like communicate like a normal fucking person because Pluto is in the fucking realm of the ocean, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Fucking figure it out.
Mm-hmm. I have no notes. Well said. Snaps. This one's not.
It's okay. Would you like to talk about the next one? No.
Emotional availability.
Unavailability.
Emotional unavailability. The brain is not braining today.
I think it's working though.
Is it? I'm so glad. I don't know. I feel a little woo-hoo.
A little ooh
Ooh.
ooh
Ooh.
ooh.
What is happening? Anyway, emotional unavailability. That's a you problem, babe.
Right.
That's a you problem. It's not. What?
Are you babes? Okay? Are you okay? I'm good, babes. Are you?
That will forever live rent free in my head. It's an inside joke from the Bachelorette trip. Sorry, you guys.
Fine.
Anyway, babe. That's a you problem. It's not because Venus is
in Gatorade.
In Gatorade.
Venus is in the eye shift. We are very unqualified to talk about this. And listen, none of this is coming at people who like genuinely believe in it and they're like, okay, and they know all about astrology. Like, I think to some extent, like the stars do have some effect on our life, but I take issue not with the people who actually know what they're talking about. I take issue with the people that use it as an excuse.
Yes. That's the biggest thing.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It has nothing. If you're like, listen, when this happens, there's this and this occurs, and that's why this occurs. And you can literally write in and explain this to us, and I will sit there and read it.
Mm-hmm.
But when people just like, it sounds like they're making up fake shit, and they're just using it as an excuse to justify bad behavior. That's where my problem lies.
Yeah. Or people that are like, my horoscope said that I was going to have a bad day today, so therefore I'm a bitch to everybody that I encounter. Like, no.
Which is a whole other thing, because it's like, okay, you get what you put out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the idea of, if you read something that says you're going to have a shitty day, are you more likely to have a shitty day than if you just woke up and went about your day as it is?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
No notes.
No notes. And that's honestly kind of why I it's also because I don't really care for this respectfully, but I don't like read my horoscope because I know me as a person, that's going to affect my day.
Right.
Regardless of what it says. And I would rather just live my life how I'm supposed to live it without reading something that's going to alter my mentality and how I go about that day. You know what I mean?
No, I do.
Because like if something says, hey, you're not going to have the greatest day today, but it's okay, tomorrow will be better, I'm going to go the rest of my day being like in a shitty mood, being like, okay, when's the shoe dropping? What's going to happen? And like, why?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then to read that, be in a shitty mood, encounter somebody and being like, well, oh well, like I was not nice to you because my horoscope said that I'm going to have a bad day, so I'm going to take it out on you. Like, let's not do that, maybe, you know?
No, because in all honesty, like I think where my biggest issue stems from is people using it to excuse bad behavior, which I know I just said, but it's just so frustrating to me because it comes back to the idea of accountability, right? Mm-hmm. You can't sit there and listen. I've had days where like I felt like my world was falling apart, but I didn't take that out on everybody else around me because it's not your fucking problem.
Mm-hmm.
Your problem is you being a dick for no good reason.
Mm-hmm. That's all on you.
Right. Like you can have something happen and still be a normal person.
Yeah.
You don't get to just go around and be like, oh, well, I'm this way because just because you can.
Yeah.
Just because you can explain why you're acting the way you're acting doesn't make it okay.
Preach.
Just because you can sit here and say, well, X, Y, and Z occurred, that's why. It's not okay.
Yeah.
You being like, well, this is great. Everybody has shit. Mm-hmm. Everybody has shit that they're going through. Everybody has shit that's going on. It does not excuse you being a shitty person.
Hell yeah. Well said. No notes. Snaps for Brie. Love it.
Like that's what it comes down to.
Amen.
You don't get to be a red flag. You don't get to ghost people. You don't get to fucking disappear off the face of the earth. It does not excuse you being an asshole.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
That's it.
Agreed. And again, I just want to reiterate that this is not saying fuck astrology.
No.
All of that. Is it something that we're like diehard interested in?
No.
No. But it's not something that we disrespect. What we don't like, and the point that we're trying to convey here, is that it's not okay to use it as a crutch or as an excuse for bad behavior and toxicity and just blaming things that honestly have nothing to do with it. You have something to do with it. Your actions, how you carry yourself, what you do, and the choices you make have all of those things have something to do with whatever issues you're having, not the planets.
But I think this is a systemic issue of like our generation, mm-hmm. of people not being able to hold themselves accountable,
yeah,
and not being able to say it's a me problem,
yeah,
and they use things to excuse their shittiness.
Yeah, well, and also the other problem part of that is people allow that to happen, and they're like, yeah, totally, instead of being like, no, that's not why you're being rude today. It's because of your own behavior. Like, fix it.
This kind of goes back to like when we were away last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
There was twice. I am a problem. I know I'm a problem. I say I'm a problem. I open my mouth and say shit that most people would never say.
I have no idea where this is going.
It's okay. I don't know if it was where we were, like in the Hamptons, or just like what, but people have a fucking staring problem that it took everything in me not to open my mouth, because when I'm with a group of people, I'm not going to outwardly make anyone else feel uncomfortable. And I think that's where my line is. If it was just me or just us, I'd be like, can I fucking help you?
Mm-hmm.
But we were with other people, and I didn't want to make anyone be like, oh my gosh, like, what is she doing? You know? So I calmed it down. But there was 2 instances where I was genuinely like, are you kidding me?
Wait, was one at the winery when Alice was taking a
Yes.
picture? Yeah, that was, I was like, what?
So Alice was like taking a picture. It was so cute inside this little gift shop. And she's taking a picture, and this group walks in, and I guess they tried to go around, but they couldn't get past. And instead of just being like, excuse me, this guy stood over her. I'm not saying like gave her space.
Well, no, he went to get the book that she was taking a picture of.
But before he even like went to go reach for it, because after he did, she's like crouching down, like looking in the thing and taking a photo. And he is like standing, like if this is Alice, the microphone, he's like this. My face was like, sir, if you don't back up. And then she apologized, and she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was like, what? Stop. What are you apologizing for?
Yeah. And he didn't apologize. He was like, no, it's all good. And then he like reached over her, which that's what I saw. I didn't see what you just said. I only saw him like already hovering, her realizing that he was standing there, him reaching over for the book that she was taking a picture of, and then her kind of like backing out. And I was like, what the hell just happened? Because that's not normal.
And then in the ice cream shop, you were taking a photo, And I guess the guy was waiting, but like, I don't know what he was waiting for because I was paying. They still didn't get their ice cream yet. And he's standing there staring at her taking a photo, which I thought was hysterical because she has no idea.
I had no idea.
She's like, my ice cream, all the ice cream flavors. It looks so cute. And he's standing on the other side like,
I had no idea.
I'm standing at the register and I gave this man the dirtiest look. I was like, and that's why he said something. He was like, oh, no. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you're good. That's why he was like, you're okay.
I don't even remember that happening.
Yeah.
I just took my cute little picture and walked my cute little butt out. That's it.
Yeah, no, I was like, I can't do the rudeness, okay? But I know myself and I know that I can be a bitch. I know it. I accept that. But I'm a bitch when warranted.
Mm-hmm.
I don't show up to places and start like being rude.
Well, you're also not going to be rude and be like, Mercury's in Gatorade today, so get over it.
No.
Like that's a little much. Maybe don't. Like that's a lot to put on the planets and the stars, you know? And Gatorade. Like, what's your favorite Gatorade flavor?
The yellow one.
What?
Don't even.
Ew.
Don't tell me it's a blue one.
No,
Tell me
it's orange. Oh my God.
You know I don't like anything orange or orange flavored.
See, I love everything orange flavored.
Which is why we work.
Yeah.
The yellow one's the best one.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Agree to disagree.
I guess.
I'm disagreeing with you because Gatorade's in retrograde.
Gatorade's in Gatorade?
Yes. Yes. I say it with my chest. Hell yeah.
No, I think people just need to be more self-aware. I think you need to like take a long look in the mirror. Maybe ask a friend. And like a good friend.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, wait, no. Don't ask a friend that's right there with you being like, no, I totally get it. Because I was such a bitch to my boyfriend yesterday because the stars were not aligned and my horoscope said blah, blah, blah. And my moon rising is Sagittarius. That sounds ridiculous.
I rolled so hard, my eye hurts.
Oh.
Yeah, don't ask that person.
Don't ask that person.
No, you need to ask the person that like you have like went to go leave to go out and they looked at your outfit and went, go change. You ask that person because they're the person that's going to be like, you're psychotic.
Yes, psychotic behavior.
Listen, and don't get me wrong. We enable bad behavior between us.
Yeah.
We do. But she's also one of the few people that will call my ass out and be like, I don't know what you're doing, but it's not okay.
Yes. I will call your ass out.
And you know I'll call your ass out.
Yes.
But that's why it works. So when she says like, all right, you're okay, I trust that I'm okay because of the fact that I knew if I wasn't, she'd be like,
that's not okay.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Ask that friend.
Yes.
Not
if you
friend.
don't have that friend,
ask us.
Ask us. Yeah.
We'll tell you.
Email us.
Please.
Oh my God. I don't know how many times we have to beg you guys to send us an email or a text.
They could just send a smiley face and I'd be so happy.
Yeah. And literally anything.
Please.
All right.
Yeah. So, you know, you should do a little test. All right. You should ask yourself the question, can I explain this without referencing my birth chart?
Chances are, I'll tell you right now, 9.9 out of 10 times.
You can.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Listen, there was the podcast that I listened to, Morbid.
Mm-hmm.
They had a guest who's like an astrology expert, unlike us, who are not. But she like does this. I don't remember her name. I'm so sorry. But she like went on the show and read like their birth charts, and then they talked about, I think this was a while ago, I think like a serial killer that they were talking about, and she read his birth chart and like how the events that like he went through correlated with like things that happened 100 years ago or like whatever. And I thought it was so interesting.
Yeah.
Like I love that shit. That's interesting. But like don't maybe don't just be like, yeah, I decided to kill somebody because the suns and the stars and the moon aligned perfectly in my birth chart. I don't really know where I'm going with this, but you get what I'm saying.
No,
actually,
I do.
Don't remember why I started saying that.
No, actually, I understand what you're saying. Like, the idea, we find astrology interesting.
Mhm.
It has nothing to do with not being interesting, or the idea that it's not plausible that there could be a correlation between things happening in your life and when you were born and the stars and the moon and all of that.
Yeah.
It's a matter of not using it as your entire personality.
Yes. And not allowing yourself to take accountability.
Right.
That's really it.
Be a person.
Yeah.
That's that overall theme. Be a fucking person. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't
Own your shit and say it with your chest.
We're moving on.
What?
If I hit my chest one more time, I'm gonna be a little mad. Yeah. I mean, I think that I do think, going back to what we just said, I do think that like there are traits that we have for our zodiac signs. I'm like, oh, I see like parts of myself in that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if you think about it, it's taking enough. The stats is going to come out right now. You're taking enough information about people born in the same time of the year.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get a decently accurate explanation of personalities and, you know, overall lapping traits.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not going to read a fucking horoscope or something about your sign and they're going to be like, you know, I don't know, you eat 3 apples every day and you really love the color green. It's going to be that accurate. It's not going to be to that extent. These are big overlapping themes. I think if you get someone who really does know what they're talking about and can read your birth chart and say like, oh, these things might occur, or, you know, fine. But
for example, actually, I'm an Aries.
Yeah.
And one of like the major quote unquote traits that come with Aries is how fiery they are, like life of the party, loud, and like, you know, very out there. And like,
Yes.
that is not me as a person.
right.
I'm very shy and like to myself and kind of, you know, introverted. Like, so when I see that like on a horoscope thing on Instagram, like,
You're like,
that's not me. So like to your point, you can't take everything so literally and make that your entire personality, because I can firmly say that that is not my personality.
It's not your personality around other people, but like with me, like I see that version of you.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, that's fitting.
Yeah.
Because
but, like,
I've seen that.
in a social setting, I'm not the one to like walk in, start talking to everybody,
No.
being loud and, you know, having like getting the party. That's not me.
Well, that same thing. So Sagittarius are known as one of the least loyal signs in the zodiac.
I didn't know that actually.
Yes,
But like that's not fitting at all.
They're very free-spirited. They care more about like traveling and spontaneity, which great. If you know me as a person, like, and like close, I think I'm probably one of the most loyal people there is.
Yes, it's true.
So when I read shit like that, I'm like, that could never be me, because that's not who I am. Do I love a good spontaneous little trip action?
Yeah.
Do I love a vacation?
Yeah.
But like, am I gonna dip out over the feeling of like, I think there's a level of freedom that I appreciate. Like, I don't like feeling trapped, but I don't think anyone likes feeling trapped. But I'm not like wishy-washy.
Yeah.
You know?
You're not going to like ghost somebody and then be like, oh, my horoscope said that I'm done with this relationship and therefore bye.
No, not at all. Which I think is so interesting. Even our zodiac signs are not completely accurate to who we are as people. I think that's why we feel the way that we feel.
Yeah. Because it's not set in stone. It's not your personality. There's a lot more factors at play to who you are and the things that are going on in your life than your horoscope or your zodiac sign.
Agreed.
That's it. Like, it's not the end all be all.
That was so weird. You said end all be all, and in my head, I said end all be all. And I don't know why. Can we read minds now?
I think so. Are we telepathic?
telekinesis, telecommunication, telehealth, tele.
All right.
We're losing the plot.
I think they get the point. I think you guys understand what we're trying to say. No disrespect to the astrology world community, Russian community. No disrespect. It's interesting. We're not shitting on it. We're shitting on the fact that people don't take accountability and blame all of their shit on said astrology community and thought. So
take accountability.
Take accountability. Don't be a shitty person.
Don't blame the stars and the moon and the sky.
And Gatorade.
Gatorade didn't do anything. We like Gatorade.
Yeah.
Sponsor us, Gatorade.
Ooh. Yeah.
Please. Okay. But yeah, I mean, listen. Do your thing.
Do your thing, 21. Do your thing.
I don't even know what the reference was. Honest,
it's a song.
Okay, I trust you.
Okay.
Ready to close this out?
I think so.
All right.
I think we've said the same thing 17 times.
We lost a lot of it.
A little bit, but you get the point. Anyway, let us know what you think. What are your thoughts on retrograde and Gatorade and Mercury and Mercury? Email us. Are we wrong? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Is there anything that we missed? We'd love to hear your thoughts. And we also want to hear what you guys want to hear, see, any other topics you'd like us to talk about. Get involved. Connect with us. Our email is chatmbtea@gmail.com. You can also text us on our website, which is linked below because I don't remember it off the top of my head. Click it. Click the episode. There's a link that says send us a text. Click it. Super easy. It's anonymous. And you can also DM us on Instagram, Chat MBTea. And you can also watch this lovely video on YouTube, which is also Chat MBTea podcast.
I think so.
I think, because it is a podcast. So, yeah.
Cool.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.